what we changed. I'm Rhonda Hagan, the Health Education Coordinator at the State Department of Education. With the health education standards, we went from just content-based to doing skills-based education. So it's an application of taking the knowledge of health and applying it through using skills to teach that. And the skills are like accessing information, looking at what are the influences around making healthy decisions, decision making, interpersonal communication, goal setting, self-advocacy, and personal and self-management. So it's taking any type of content knowledge and then applying the skill to it. So the modifications made in the standards this past time were just some schematics of making some examples to show what those skills would look like in a classroom and what was age appropriate. They were divided in grade bands because we know that at elementary it's really tough for that classroom teacher to teach all of those skills and the content area required. So the grade bands are K through 2, 3 through 5, 6 through 8, and 9 through 12. So that's how the standards were revised. The first revision took it completely from memorizing content, how many bones in the body, the effects of drugs, to how do you access information about that, how do you set goals, what are the decision-making skills you need around drugs, education, and all the different content areas. And then we made some changes to that.
So my name is Leanna Litzinger, and I teach at New Horizon High School in Pocatello. And I just for the first year I'm teaching health, and I'm going to be involved in helping rewrite curriculum this summer. And so I'm very new as far as my experiences. When do these new standards go into effect?
So the standards will go to the state board this coming August, and then to the legislature in 2017. But our skills standards have been in effect since 2010. So the modifications we made were some schematics and some examples given. So the state standards that are in effect now are skills-based.
Okay, and I was going to say, I see a lot of skills in the content area, so that helps clarify that. So can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any recommendations when we're looking at revising the curriculum? And part of this is going to be also, I think, for Play-Doh. Are you familiar with Play-Doh?
A little bit. That's the math curriculum.
Well, it's also a lot of different content areas. So, are there any recommendations you would make?
Online credit
Yes.
recovery
Oh,
process.
gotcha.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so yeah, the type of school that you're working with. I am not real familiar with the Play-Doh system for health education, so.
But just focus on some skills, maybe.
Yeah, and there's a lot of online, I won't call it curriculum because it's not comprehensive, but resources that are very skills-based for health education. And so that would be a conversation that you and I could have, and I could send you some resources, I could show you what's out there. And then if you look at the standards, you'll know how to apply some of those.
Okay, perfect.
So
I like that.
it's something we could do separate.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions or comments about the health education standards?